Okay, it's the third video. So the next diagram, if you keep on working on it, if you say grasshopper, it opens automatically the latest file. If this is not the one you want, you can always close it here and just file open the same one. And if it doesn't read the project, you just again right click, set multiple geometries, and you will be able to select that. As you can see, I'm gonna expand this again so we can embed here grasshopper. There we go. So you can see we have the form, so I'm gonna just turn off the bulk, and I'm also gonna remove the, or just unpreview, like here, hide the different elements that I had before, preview, preview. So it's pretty much nothing here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to diagram 2, and again we have a kind of control panel. Let's turn on, see what we have here. So preview. These are a division of the points above, and again if you click there it turns green, and the ones below. All of them have 3-dimensionality, but what I'm doing is splitting the list of points into the ones that are above and the ones that are below, so there's some kind of a categorization of top and bottom condition. We actually don't need much of the points. Again, you might want to give them to the Rhino model makers, but it's not actually the point. So we're doing again a simple kind of a set of networks for those points that are above and those that are below. So for example, you see sometimes they touch, sometimes they don't, and we can reconfigure the splitting option here. So you can say more in the top and less in the bottom. And again, just remember that you can always double click here and change the configuration of the minimum and the maximum by double clicking, insert in another number. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it there, why not? So there's a network in the bottom, another one in the top, and this is what it is, not much more, not much less. Again, if you want the points, you can just right click and bake them and give them to Grasshopper, the Rhino people. But what I'm gonna do is obviously start doing as I did before. Go to, I'm gonna say make 2D there, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go to diagram 2, I'm gonna say new layer, I'm gonna say D2, and this is gonna be top network. I'm gonna actually select this and Control C, create another one here, Control V, bottom network, and then I'm just gonna put, for example, D2 top points, new D2 bottom points. Okay, at this point, I mean, we should kind of reuse the change the color configuration, because otherwise it's going to be all white, cyan, I don't know, blue, say black, for example. Okay, good. So now we go and start baking. Right click on top of the text, bake, and we know that that's actually top networks points, so top points. Right click, bake. This is actually bottom network points, bottom points. Okay, right click, bake. This is top networks. Okay, and right click, bake, and this is bottom networks. Okay, there we go. You can close Grasshopper, and there we have it. It's a simple network, not big of a deal. So we go and we do the same process as before. Right click. Let me see if I have these guys. So I'm gonna actually move them up. You don't really need them in Rhino. You can even delete them, because if you have them in Illustrator, that's where you want to have them actually. So I'm gonna delete those, and I'm even gonna purge. Purge allows you to get rid of any layer that has nothing. So I also deleted. Sorry, I also deleted diagram. Oh, sorry. What I missed obviously is that I didn't place these guys inside D2, 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 and anyway, I delete those. And if you do a purge, you also get rid of the diagram, because there's no more layers. But so I just delete them. I'm not doing a purge because I want to keep those for the next project. So set view. Isometric, and the same exact isometric. If if you want, you can always turn off the points if you don't want to have them here. Here you go. And anyway, this is a very simple one. You can say make to the and same condition. Take them up there. You can choose if you prefer this other one. And then again, I'm going to select, press Shift, Scale button. And it's going to be, if I remember well, 2. Take it down a little bit. I remember the Gumball is actually under new version 5 Gumball, where you can just go here, Gumball. Okay, so this will be another export, selected, and then you go to Illustrator and you fix the lines. This could be one color or thickness, and this could be a secondary color or thickness that talks about top and bottom relationship of densities and so. Okay, I'll delete that, and I'm gonna go back and delete this ones or actually hide them. Hide, and again the book's still there. So again, you can go to Grasshopper. And we can go to the next one. If you want to like hide out many things, you can select many things and press the center button and press this little figure hand. So it's more like easier to hide a lot of things at the same time. Okay, diagram 3, and it's an interesting one, but it forces us to use kind of a, let me see if I span this, there we go. It forces us to use like a tricky, uncomfortable technique, which is the print screen technique to solve an image, kind of like a visualization. So this is a cloud display, so you can kind of have a relationship of displaying configurations in Grasshopper, but you know, it's obviously you cannot bake it. That's what I'm saying here. Same use view and print screen. So if I right click here and say preview, this is what it does. This kind of a blurry cloud, as you can see. There's a variation in RGB colors, so and the configuration of the coloring is depending also on the intensity. So for example, it's greener the higher the denser, sorry, the higher of the diagrammatic value, and it's also more transparent. So you can actually start playing a little bit with these guys. So you have this range, and what I will do is always you need a hook into these options, but you can just start reconfiguring different options here. Like what if you do that, then it's all grayscale, and then you take the B and you get blue tones. What if you put this in RGB, then you get pink variations from green to pink. Or what if you put this in transparency, will be the inverse. So the top ones are less transparent, the smaller ones are the biggest one. I think it works probably better this way. Although the bigger ones, you know, will be pretty much entirely transparent, but I don't think it's that bad. So okay, you can just try different options. You can say I don't know, you can start changing all this again, different ways to get the pink or orange. Anyway, decide what kind of a color you're thinking. Yellows, you can even say the whole palette, which is more again grayscale. So just hooking the reverse reading to the different options to get that variation. You see, he thought that the red was interesting. Let me see, it's gray, blue, I like the blue, kind of keep the blue there. Okay, and again, this block diameter is like this condition. Okay, you can change that variation quite nicely. And so you can have a relationship of kind of densities in 3D. Good. So how do we deal with this? I'm going to put actually the same network as before, not the top and bottom. I'm going to use this one, which is the basic network, so we can have that in relation to the bubbling. Okay, so again, we minimize that. Diagram 3, new layer, D3, and we're going to call this